Okay, so we've just acquired Helios's head, and now we are going to be relying on it to see our way in this very dark area with the caves. So some of the weaker enemies, I believe they can be dispatched with the solar flare attack. Now, the way Helios's head works is that you can press the L2 button and the triangle button to stun the enemies, but if you hold it down like I'm doing right now, then it creates a pretty huge burst of light that will stun the enemies, kill some of like the harpies sometimes, and it will light your way. But the light does dim and diminish. So yeah, we are going to be going over there. This is the Path of Eos, God of War 3 Chaos Mode difficulty. So the cutscene over here that I edited out, I think. Oh no, maybe it wasn't. But do be aware that you need to use the head of Helios to make the invisible chests appear that are usually marked. Well, they are not usually. They always are marked by. You'll see little flakes hovering around an area, and that just means that there's a hidden chest. So hit this save point here. And we're going to, so we're going to be encountering some new enemies in this video, the Wraiths, and they're a lot easier than God of War 1 and 2, that's for damn sure, a lot easier. So over here, you're going to get, I think you get ambushed by harpies. It might be a little bit later. No, it's right here. I think so. So I'm not much of a fan of these really dark caves and trying to illuminate your way. I like to be able to see what I'm doing. That's just me. I don't know. It's an interesting idea. Maybe if it was used a little less, more sparingly, that would be better for me. But it is what it is. I'm not going to complain about it because I don't mind it that much. This game just has some brightness issues for me. So over here, you're going to get that wall come up, that plasma kind of wall, and if you want to, I think these harpies, if they're close enough to you, you can destroy them with the solar flare. And that's what I did a couple of times. When you see all the orbs coming into me, that's because I killed the harpies. And some of them, they just don't get killed, but the ones that don't get killed usually are blinded on the ground and can be grabbed by you. Then you can get that +10 mutilation kill. So just do the combat grapple, and then this you see how dark it gets. This is pretty crazy. The one thing that does kind of bother me though is that having all these accessories, like having having the head, and then having the Hermes shoes, and then having the bow. And they're all mapped to the different buttons, and sometimes they don't work right away. Like the last one you're using sometimes will pop up before you can use the other one. Like you'll have the bow equipped, but you want to use the shoes, and to use the bow, I don't know what the hell I'm saying, but I don't know. Like for instance, if you have the shoes equipped and you don't want them equipped and you want to use the bow instead, like you'll be trying to press the button for the bow, but the shoes are still on, so you have to press the bow like twice. I don't know. Sometimes this doesn't work for me. Anyway, don't forget to get these chests down here. Easy to miss these. Also, when you're trying to open these chests, sometimes holding the R1 button, it doesn't lock you onto the box as well as some of the other games. I was playing Chains of Olympus recently, and it was much easier to lock onto the boxes. So there's some enemies over here, and it's not as severe as it was in Hades, but you do get ambushed on both sides. So just remember that you get to their knife attacks won't hit you. They give you a little grace. So I think those are the only enemies on this rope. So yeah, it's just about 4 enemies, and then you're gonna drop over here and get that box. I needed it pretty badly there. So yeah, this video is going to cover the Wraiths and heading on up to these the chains of Olympus. It's called the Chain of Olympus. So there's a solar flare information if you needed to see that. Rewind it. I'm gonna wait till a better spot to upgrade some of my items. Just not doing it yet. Oh no, it's called the Chain of Balance. My mistake. That was all my bad. That Chain of Balance, the one that precedes the Cerberus breeder fight, is so incredibly hard. I can't even say how hard it is. It's you get 4 hits and you're dead, and they're trying to make you like glide through little keyholes in the wood partitions. It's so unfair. I hate that so much. When I did my other guide for this game on Chaos Mode without the commentary, I did it without even getting hit, and that was such a fluke. That'll never happen again. Here's the Wraiths. The good thing about these guys is you can spam the O button attack when you drag them out of the ground, so you can like keep doing it. And the only real issue is when you got them in more than one. So you can rip them out of the ground when they've burrowed themselves under the earth. You could use the combat grapple to grab them out and pull them out of the earth, and then just use the O button to essentially just kill them, unless you're getting interrupted by these guys throwing their weapons. Now you see I'm at the verge of death right now, and you can parry even when you see that I was trying to fling him with the combat grapple, and it still gave me the parry because I was holding the parry, and it gives you the parry, and incredibly it really does. And it's not any skill on it's the game giving you an assist, so it works really well. So when these guys are just one-on-one, normally that's how it works anyway with the Wraiths in God of War. They're deadly in packs, and then they're easy as shit when it's just one-on-one. So yeah, this is an example of me just going to town with the O button, and we finished him off, and now I'll finish this guy off. I was kind of waiting for him, I think, at one point to go underground so I could finish him off with a lot of ease, but he wasn't going underground. So make sure you block, because that goes through you or like behind you or whatever. I'm not sure how they are making it, but you got to block both times. So now we're heading on down to get this item down here. Is a red treasure box. So don't forget to get this. I'm not sure if it gives off a lucrative amount of orbs. 8578. Not too bad. Okay, so up here we're going to be coming up against enemies on a bridge, and it's pretty hard, but they give you the oil pots. The only regrettable thing about this section is that it doesn't auto-aim at the oil pots as it should. It auto-aims normally at the soldiers who flank the oil pots, and it makes the whole situation obviously harder. Because destroying the oil pots destroy the enemies, and it's a very tense situation with the Wraiths. So before you do that, though, you could actually do this afterwards if you wanted to. So there's this hidden item behind this rock face, and there's actually a really well hit. Actually, it's kind of a bullshit hidden item. Just because there'd be no way of people knowing that it was there. Okay, so. Head on over here, and you're gonna get some Wraiths that spawn, and I drop magic on these guys just to make them like fall down, so I could get a moment's peace and try to aim at the oil pots. So see, as I aimed, it aimed at that one, and then it actually did aim at the oil pot. Okay, so it aimed at the oil pot. I just assumed that it wouldn't, but it actually really is sensitive, and it didn't. It moved to the other soldier, actually to the archer on the other side, didn't it? So I'm gonna drop some magic over here. Okay, maybe that was already happened. That already happened. So just the main issue is that you can't deal with these Wraiths with those archers up there. So that's the whole conceit in that regard. So that actually can be a very tough area, but you just got to remember that those oil pots are going to be your key to victory. So this guy's the only guy left, and I think this guy just falls down. Yeah, he just falls down. I wonder if I got my orbs for that. I had 8911. No, I didn't get any orbs for that. I got robbed there. That's really bad. But you want to know something even worse? This treasure box over here, this is there's no way anybody would know about this, because it's not even visible, and it gives off no hint that it's there, save for that you get that little prompt if you're going over there. So the only reason I ever knew about that chest is because I was looking at where all the chests were on the IGN guide, because back in the day when I didn't like have a lot of integrity. I was looking for guy. Actually, I still do that. I don't. I still, if I can't find something, I try to look it up. So I was just looking for all the chests in that one, and I actually found these chests over here on my own. Although this one's obvious, but I recently found this chest over here. Probably should. I think I already knew about it, but it was one of those issues where I think I forgot that it existed, and then I assumed that I discovered it on my own. But it's extremely obvious that it's there, and so you just need to see that's the issue I was talking about. Of you have one equipped, and then the other accessory stays on, even if you're trying to press the button that's mapped to the other accessory. So anyway, just hop on up here, and then the next video is going to be the chain of balance.